No.
I thought we were trying to help some folks.
We are helping folks, but guess what? We're going to do live right now.
Precisely.
Jeez.
All right, we are live. But guess what? We're going to do live right now. Precisely. Here we go. So when you see the stream,
Okay.
I got people texting me, Miss Abram, asking me how did they get to this? How did they get to this show tonight?
they need to just share. Go to Facebook. Somebody needs to turn the volume down.
Miss Abram asked me how did they get to this? How did they get to this show tonight?
Ty, is your Mr. Best? Is your volume up on your phone? Somebody needs to turn the volume.
I don't have my phone on.
Huh?
I don't have my phone on.
No? Okay. Hold on. That's me. There we go. There we go. That's better. Background. Sorry about that. It was okay. Background.
Excuse me.
Welcome to Can We Chat Here? I tell you, it is a privilege and an honor tonight to share our time with Mr. Ty Best. You know, normally Miss Maxine Jones and I, we start off by That's
that's our co-host.
Somebody's walking their dog in front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen will come take care of that. We are pleased to have Mr. Ty Best. He is the CEO and founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide. Mr. Best, I just want to give just a little bit of background for our Facebook friends and family. And go ahead, please, leaders, if you want to share this in your timeline, because when Mr. Ty Best speaks, people want to hear it. So, Mr. Ty Best, he's conducted seminars and workshops to thousands of people across the country. Mr. Ty and his wife of 38 years, Mrs. Valerie Best, they have 2 sons, and they have been in the network marketing environment for more than 34 years. They have written several best-selling books on the industry. Mr. Best has been a full-time professional network marketer for more than 22 years. At Wealth Builders Worldwide, we are proud to call him our mentor and our senior business partner. So I am pleased to introduce Mr. Ty Best. Welcome, Mr. Best.
Welcome, and thank you for having me, Miss Sheila Abram and Miss Maxine Jones. Thank you for inviting me on this forum, and I think you guys do such a wonderful job. I'm just glad to be here.
Well, I want to just say this before we get started. Well, of course, welcome to our Facebook friends to Can We Chat Here? And we are going to change it up a bit tonight because we want to maximize our time with Mr. Tyrone Best. So we usually, Sheila and I, we will chat and then our guest chats, but we want to give Mr. Best as much time as possible. So we want to get started. So Mr. Best, we call you the dream maker. You know that we call you the dream maker. And because of calling you that, we want to start off by asking you, why is it important for people to dream?
Well, let me start by saying this. I think we all hear this all our life. We're things that it's impossible to have a dream come true unless you have a dream. We see that in plays and Little Orphan Annie, and you hear it in songs, and you hear the Wizard of Oz, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and all these songs are there, but we've never necessarily learned how to apply these to our lives. What does that mean to me as an individual? And even myself, I didn't understand it, okay? I didn't understand that the dream is the thing that pulls you forward through life. And the dream is the thing that keeps you on track. The dream is the thing that will keep you doing positive things. But unless you make a conscious decision and understand the power of having dreams, you never really get it. I mean, you might get one by accident, but you never really sit down and say, what it is that I want out of this life, and am I willing to fight for it? And I look on that, I reflect back to that. Like we read from my book, I talk about my first dream I had as a child. Well, I won't call it a dream. Let's say I remember as a child having this vision as a child saying, when I grow up, I want to make a bunch of money and help a lot of people. Now, that really wasn't a dream. It was just something that was in my spirit that made me say that. Now, but my first dream, I didn't identify it as that. I just wanted to make a little league football team. You understand? So it kept me doing certain things. And then when I got my first real conscious dream as a 14, 15-year-old, I said, I want to play professional basketball. It got in me. And so that right there, it kept me straight. It kept me from doing negative stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, high school kids, you can get into trouble as a 13, 14-year-old. There's so many things that get in to have you go down the wrong road. But once I got that dream that said, well, you got to go to class, because if you want to play professional basketball, you got to do what? You got to go to college. Well, if you got to go to college, that means you got to go to class. That means you got to get decent grades. That means you got to study. You got to have at least a 2.5 average or at least a 3-point average just to get all those things. Now, I'm getting to answer your question, Miss Maxine Jones, because this, now I didn't have a conscious understanding of what it was, but I hope you understand that was my first dream. Mm-hmm. And that dream, I tell you, every dream you have in life may not come true, but that dream will push you and make you do more than you ever do without a dream. Okay. And sure enough, I ended up getting a scholarship to college. I ended up playing basketball in college, never got to the NBA, but it taught me something in hindsight now, once I start understanding the power of a dream in your life. Because, you know, watch this. This is very important, folks. At 22 years old, I managed to get through college, graduated, has honors, all that kind of stuff. And then at 22, Miss Maxine Jones, I didn't have a dream.
Wow.
It was over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I should start crying too early to show. But the dream is everything to me. Because at 22, now, I didn't know this. Please understand what I'm saying. I didn't know I didn't have a dream. I didn't know. I'm just doing what society told me to do. I got a job. And I said, well, wait a minute. I could become president's company or group right. So I'm just doing what everybody else done. I'm on that 40-hour rat race and I'm doing that thing. Okay. But I knew there was something missing. It was empty. There was something not right. But I'm doing it. 23, 24. And I look back and I tell people, I said, that was the most self-destructive time in my life ever. Mm-hmm. Okay. I smoked cigarettes. I never smoked cigarettes in my life. I smoked cigarettes for about 2 years there. I mean, just doing stuff, you know, that made no sense to me.
Stupid stuff.
Right. Because I, you know, I'm trying to find something to do. I said, life has got to mean more than go to work, come home, go to work, come home. Next year, the boss sits you down and give you a raise, a little bit of raise. And I just couldn't stand it. And then at 28 years old, I got around some dreamers. And they said, and here's a vehicle. See, to have a dream and no vehicle, God knows, that's frustrating too. To want some things, but you see no way of getting it. Can you imagine how frustrating that can be? Mm-hmm. So most people, instead of having some kind of dream they see no way of getting, just stop dreaming at all. And I mean, a many times in my life, I remember trying to say, I'm just, you know what, Tyrone, you got a good job. Man, they buy your cars, your clothes, your teeth, your meals. I said, what is wrong with you? Take this good job, man, and just run with it. You can be here for 30, 40 years. It's the second largest corporation on the planet. They buy everything. They give you stock options. I mean, everything in the world. I mean, what is wrong with you? And boy, I found out at 20 years old what was wrong with me. It was not what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't want to shuffle paper, fill out forms, check with the boss every day. I didn't want to do that. And when that guy sat down and said, it's okay to dream, here's a vehicle, and the sky's the limit, I said, oh my God. And I have been a happy camper since I was 20 years old. Even failed it. I say it's better, Miss Maxine Jones, it's better to chase a dream that never, ever comes true than to just live your whole life empty with no dream at all. And then wake up one day at 65 or 70, 80 years old and say, because you got one shot here. Mm-hmm. Here. You might have a shot in the hereafter, but you got one shot here. And it's done. Anyway.
Mr. Best,
give me all upset. Get started good.
You have taught us to dream. you have always encouraged us to dream. You say to us all the time, dream big. And lately you have been saying, dream even bigger. And I think many people have goals, but they don't have dreams. And dreams are your creative power. It's your image maker. I think that's given to us by God. And you have taught us to go out and dream, to sit in that luxury car, to go to that mansion, to dream bigger and bigger and bigger. And I thank you so much for that, sir.
Hey, thank you. And I keep telling myself, I'm not going to cry. Like the Jerry Maguire show. You're not going to make me cry, Roy. You're not going to make me cry. Okay? And then they get that $3.5 million contract, he started crying. You know, okay. I'm telling you, look, joy will make you cry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happiness will make you cry. Anyway.
You know, I tell you though, and then we're going to go to our next question. I did not understand that I never had a dream until 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And I mean, I'm 54 years old at that time, so that's telling you how old I am now. You know, I always was taught you set some goals that you want to reach, and you reach those goals. And then the next year, you set some higher goals and you reach those goals. And that's what I did all my professional life. But as far as dreaming, that was never in the equation. But now, Mr. Best, this question might bring some tears to your eyes too. So you know what?
It's okay.
We love you.
We love you.
Why did you feel it was important for you to free your wife first? See, sometimes people feel like, oh, I got to get free. And then I'll work on the wife. What made you, Ty Best, say, no, I have to free Valerie first and then me? Were you influenced that way, or was that just within you that happened?
Well, let me give you one last little piece of this dream thing. I'm gonna answer that question. The ultimate dream was freedom. See, that was my ultimate dream. So you as an individual, whoever's listening to this on this Facebook stream live, you got to find what your dream is that will motivate you. Mine was freedom. Somebody else might be a new car. Somebody else might be they want to retire their mom. Everybody got to find that dream that motivates them. Okay, so that's important to really sort of summarize the end of that question. You got to have that dream that moves you. Okay, or you won't do it. And it's got to be bigger than your current circumstances. The biggest challenge most people have is they dream too small, and they dream about Friday, or they dream about the football game, or dream about something simple. Okay, get a big dream. J. Paul Getty said, your dream should be so big, it's impossible to accomplish in one lifetime. You may never accomplish all the things you want to accomplish, but if you dream big, the old statement Les Brown says, if you shoot for the stars and land amongst the moon, you still did okay. Now, to answer Miss Abel's next question, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me, and this going to come off any way you want to hear it. This is Can We Chat? Yep. So Can We Chat means like, tell us the truth.
Yes.
What it is. Man, I wasn't thinking about Valerie.
Real talk. It's real talk.
When I saw this business at 20 years old, I was thinking about myself. I was thinking my freedom. As far as I was concerned, Valerie liked her job, and she could have worked when she's 65 or 70. Okay? I'm telling you right now. Hey, look, I grew up like most men. Okay? Hey, look, Black women have always worked.
Yeah.
You understand? So Black women always, there's things Black women sit around the house. Black women always work. All the Black women I know in my life have always worked. So it never occurred to me that Valerie wanted to be free. And when I got into this business 28 years ago, I got around some men, okay, with a capital M. And I'm talking about getting free. And they said, listen to me, big boy. The first thing you might want to do is free your wife. I said, no, she like her job. They said, you might want to check with her on that. They said, you might want to check with her on that. Valerie, don't you like your job? She said, well, I like it too, but I like to be free too. I said, what? I said, geez, I got to get her free first. Okay, that's where that came about. So men told me about being a man and about being responsible and about taking on that full responsibility for the household. Okay, now I know that steps on toes you that full responsibility. I'm not saying you got a situation with wife work, husband work. I mean, black folks, we work. We work for the time we got dragged on these shores. We've always worked. Okay? But let's elevate our thinking a little bit. Okay? And when he said it, I said, okay. And when I asked her about it, if she said she wanted to continue working, that's fine. But she said, I want to be free too. So then we set about working on what? Getting her free. Okay? And it took 4 years of part-time effort to get her free. But let me tell you something. I wouldn't be free today if it wasn't for the fact that I got her free. Because once she got free, she dedicated herself to doing what? Helping me get free. And believe me, she didn't have a job, but you have no idea how much she worked from 1987 till I don't know when. Okay, for a long time. Valerie worked sometimes 6, 7, 8, 12 hours a day, drove all over Southern California, did all kinds of things that people have no idea that we don't even have to do today. You couldn't do if you tried to do them. Okay. And so that was important. She did those things. We did every meeting together. Back in those days, so you don't go do a meeting without your spouse. Why? Because you walk in the door, you look like a salesman. But if you bring your wife, you look like a couple, just expanding the family business. It works better when you do it as a team. Don't let nobody fool you. That don't mean you can't do it if you don't have a spouse. It's just saying, but if you have one, great. And if you don't have one, lean on your spouses in your team. As much you lean on the couple that's on your team as much as you possibly can, especially when talking to what? Other couples.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are a lot of women in this, I'll get back to there are a lot of women in this business who get excited. They just get excited. When you walk in the house as a couple sometimes, as a husband and wife, and the wife is sitting there saying, he took his wife out somewhere. I mean, I know this sounds so trite, and I know some of you may take it. Do you understand how many women never even get out the house, go to work, come home, never got the house? They're getting in the business just to get out the house and go somewhere with their spouse. We're going to go show somebody the business. Let's go. Just anything, get me out the house. Okay? So anyway, make a long story short, so that's where it came from for me, and I think it's the greatest thing I've done, and I am so excited about the fact that my son, who's now 32, has never, ever known his mother to have a job. I know people see it as a boast. It's not a boast. I haven't done anything anybody else can't do. Okay? I'm excited about the fact, and their relationship is unlike anything I've ever, just such a unique relationship that Alex and his mother have, because literally, and Alex and his mother have worked together from the time he could say hello. I mean, they did all that, ran all around Southern California together. Everywhere he went, everywhere she went, he went. Okay, so anyway, I hope that answers that question.
That does it. And Miss Maxine's going to ask the next one, but I was speaking to Valerie Best, and she told me, she said, you know, she had to make it fun for Alex because he's a young boy, and they're driving to San Diego 3 hours away. So she said they made it an outing. Along the way, they would stop here, they would stop there. So it's like they would go on an adventure just to do what she needed to do. And he saw it as fun. Wow. Over to you, Miss Jones.
You just made me think of something I can relate to that, because I hired my son. He was just about 7 back in the day when I did Mary Kay Cosmetics, and he used to do the little labels for my product and everything. And he had a salary. He was like, Mom, it's payday. Give me my money. Give me my money. So, but he was my partner too. I mean, we just everywhere. Mom, we have a skincare class. We got a facial. Yeah. So I can relate to that. Well, we had a conversation with you, sir, when we were setting this up, and you gave us a little background. So I want you to tell us the origin of women in network marketing.
Well, okay. And correct me if I leave things out or might need to add some things, because I come from 2 different angles on this.
Okay.
People ask me, men more effective at network marketing than women. That's the way the question sort of originated. And I say, no, not true. I said, women are the ones who actually build this business, okay, and have been for 60, 70 years. And people always ask me those questions. I said, why would you say that? I said, men tend to take that peacock role, that stage role. We got the microphone. But if you look in the audience, you're gonna look down there and say, wait a minute, about 70-80% of his audience are women. But men are running around with the microphone, we hosting things, we hosting events, we like being in charge. But when it comes to get that work done, a lot of times it's women getting that nitty-gritty work done, especially go all the way back to 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. Let's say 50s, because the late 50s is when this industry really started evolving. Okay. You look at companies, you mentioned Mary Kay. You're talking about $1 billion company founded by what? A woman. Okay. Built by what? Women. That right there is the epitome of what we're just saying. And so women build the business. And why do women build the business? Because this business is not about facts and figures and O's and zeros and X's and all. That's a part of it. But what builds the business is being able to make this connection and connect as a human being to another human being and actually show a genuine interest in people. Women do that as a natural part of who you are. Man, we got to work at that. I mean, two men can get together, spend 4 hours all day with each other, and we go, hey, man, pass the beer. Okay, man, can you believe you missed that shot? Yeah, pass the beer. We do 4 hours of that. And women get together and say, what's going on in your life? What happened to you? And what do you do? Where you get that lipstick from, girl? Where you buy those shoes? Who did your hair? And you guys are having a conversation. You guys are connecting.
Yeah.
Men, we don't connect. We don't connect. That's not what we do. It's like, let's get to the bottom line. Where's the bottom line on this? Where's the money made on this? What can we do about that? How we do about that? Well, what keeps the business together is women. Women keep the business together. Women hold it together. Okay? Because this is a business of relationships, and women are so more adept at relationships and building relationships than men are. We can go on the golf course, play 18 holes, and don't say anything of significance to each other the entire 18 holes. Okay? That's the big difference.
One story you told us that made Miss Maxine and I laugh. That they network marketing, the concept was kind of brought up because women back then naturally got together with their girlfriends to play bridge. And they're like, give these women something to do.
Right. Give them something to do.
Men went out and had the real jobs, but let's give the little woman something to do.
Give the little woman something.
Little woman.
So they started on little house parties, little Tupperware parties, little Avon parties. All this little direct sales stuff was little something to do for the little lady to make a little money on the side. Now, some folks got in and said, wait a minute, if we can put this thing together in big numbers, there could be some big money here to be made. Okay. And that's really what happened, started happening in the 70s when people started, wait a minute, you mean people can actually earn $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $1 million a year in this thing? Yeah, put together properly. And then the technology came about, but originally it was like this little something for the wife to do. Little something for the little wife to do on the side.
For the little woman.
Right, for the little woman to do. And what happened in the 70s, they look around and the little woman was making more money than the husband and wife working. They was going, okay, I must have missed something in the plan. I didn't see something. Something happened in the plan I must have missed. Okay, you got the little woman making $100,000, $200,000 a year, running her little business on the side, and I'm sitting going to work every day. And I got more stories of guys who were brought home because the wife, in fact, one of the guys who out there touts this multiple streams of income thing all the time, who shall remain nameless, he got backdoored in the industry back in about 1991, 92. And he wasn't interested in doing the business. This is 91, 92. But I'm going to say 93, 94. But his wife got in. Well, before he knew it, his wife's making $20,000 a month. He said, I must have missed something in terms of residual income. Because, he's a best-selling author and done some things. Big-time real estate guy. So I must have missed something. Been sold on the business ever since. And so this is a business where women do a lot of the work. And so that's why I like to take as much of a back as I possibly can and see women just step out there and go do it and let women know, married or single, that they can do this business. Okay, because it's not about you being a super salesperson. It's about connecting with other people, touching other people, reaching out, saying hello, and making that connection, and then walking them by hand. Look, I'm serious, Maxine. I got to show you something. Maybe I'll show you tomorrow. I got 2 baby pictures. They look just like those 2 pictures behind you. Are those your boys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got 2 pictures of Alexander look just like those 2 pictures.
Wow.
I'm talking. Look, I got one on the left. I got to find it tomorrow. I'm looking. I keep looking. That's why I keep subtracting. I keep looking at it going, that's Alex. And then I look over there. I go,
that's my son.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm talking the exact same pose, the
Whoa.
sunglasses. I got Alex sitting in a baby stroller with sunglasses. I'm like the one on your right shoulder. Well, that's anything, but anyway.
So now let's segue that into the last question, though.
Yeah.
The way, because you started segueing into it, the network marketing environment is slowly changing because of the amount of money that's truly come to light that is here to be made. So now we see men saying, wait a minute, that's no joke. And I want to quit my job. So now that's why we have a lot of men in network marketing seeing this as a viable business, into this arena. That's kind of what you said to us. Can you expand a little bit about that?
Well, I think a lot of men have started to see it, especially as the marketplace changes, the economy changed.
Yeah.
And men got older, started looking for things to do. They started realizing there is money in this networking concept. I mean, we're not talking about, $4,000 a month, $3,000 a month part-time. We're talking about 100, 200, 300,000 a year. There are people making $1 million a year in network marketing right now in the industry. And people started to realize there's big money here because technology has expanded our scope. We're worldwide. You look at carrot bars right now. From the day you enroll, you're in 120 countries, 120 marketplaces. So that means your income is virtually unlimited. Okay. And so men will start, if they slow down, I believe the only thing that stops a person from really getting involved in carrot bars or in networking in general is they might have status. Because status is one of those things where, we're overly concerned about what our friends think. I done got my PhD, I got my doctor, I got my double, I got my MBA, all this kind of stuff. And that keeps them stopping and look and see the bigness of it. Or they don't have the self-image where they can take on their rejection. I mean, if you got status and you got a position you spent 20 years earning and you're respected on that job you have every single day, and all of a sudden you want to step out into a whole new arena and do something different, man, the kind of nerve and guts it takes to do that. And that's why I applaud anyone who steps in this business, even for a moment, and deals the rejection or the just being ostracized, just being looked at. Why are you doing that? Okay, I guarantee you for years, people look at my wife and I say, you guys don't make any sense to us. You got 2 great jobs. Why would you do this? Why would you want to sell soap? Why would you want to do this? But they couldn't see the big picture. And it's not about selling soap. It's about changing your life by helping other people change their life. Because now the bottom line, Miss Abram, if you don't help other people change theirs, you never change yours. I know I firstly, when I make the statement in this industry, I said, if you find somebody in this industry say, it don't work, I haven't made any money. You found somebody who haven't helped anybody make any money. Because the first step is you've got to help somebody on your team make money. Now, the most frustrating part of that is you can't make them do it. Okay. You go, I want to help them, but they don't want any help. That's right. Okay. I'm trying to help them. They won't let, look, hey, Mr. Belly, they won't let me help them. Now
let me help you.
You got to keep looking until you find the ones that want the help. And then you do everything, you focus on those ones who want that help. Okay. And the more people you help make money on your team, the more people you help make money, the more money you find yourself making. It's really that simple. Okay. And some men grasp that concept. Some men love this environment. They love the fact they get to hug and they get to say hello and they get to connect. I mean, genuinely connect with other people. And they love the Wealth Builders Worldwide environment. And then some guys say, man, I don't get it. What's the bottom line? And they go on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. So it just depends. We've created a culture here in Wealth Builders Worldwide that says, I think it's unique. I think it's special. I think the camaraderie we have, the teamwork we have is different than anything I've done in 34 years. I think this is such a special environment. I tell you, don't take this for granted. I was telling Mr. Delkin, myself, Mr. Delkin, it took me 30 years for all this to sort of come together. So what do you mean? I said, don't misunderstand. I made money for it. That's not the point. Okay, if you do the work, you're going to make some money. But to get that camaraderie, that environment that says we want to dominate the planet, we want to take over the world, okay, that's a whole nother thing. and get people on the same page where you can deal with things like the spirit of jealousy and the spirit of deceit, and all those things can be eliminated from the program. Okay, because once you build your organization, ladies, there are a lot of things you got to do. I keep telling you, getting 1,000 people team is not a challenge. Building a group of $5,000 challenge. Building a team of $10,000 challenge. You think it is until you've done it. Once you've done it, you realize, you go, oh, that wasn't that hard. But then you realize, oh, where's the challenge? The challenge is holding all that together. Because as you get, the bigger you get, a different set of demons come about. Jealousy get involved. Egos get involved. I didn't get enough stage time. I didn't get recognized. Okay. I saw Mr. Best the other day at Krispy Kreme, and he didn't speak to me. Bought an old leg. Okay. I didn't see the guy at Krispy Kreme. You know, I mean, all kinds of stuff. All this craziness going on. Okay. I'm serious. Okay. And so it's building it first, and then it's holding together and developing leaders. That's why we talk so much about what? Reading books and listening to CDs. Why? To get this thing right. So your mind constantly stays focused on the big picture, not on this nickel dime stuff that be going on every single day that would distract you from the big picture. Anyway.
You know, one thing you said to us, Mr. Best, that when you said it, I sat back in my chair and I thought, well, I don't know if I agree with that. You said, believe it or not, Sheila and Maxine, women want a man to lead. They want men to lead. And I was like, what do you mean? You know, but
take the limelight.
Of the matter is, I think when you honestly look at it, that is the dynamic. That is that dynamic.
Let me modify that a little bit there. You get me in trouble because I start getting some emails tomorrow. That's not exactly what I said. Not exactly what I said, though. So I don't want anybody to start texting me saying, no, I said.
That.
Let me see how I modify that. I did not say women. I said there are some people. Okay.
Better.
There are some women. Okay. Who like men in leadership capacities.
Okay.
Not all. Believe me, not all. By any stretch of the imagination. But there are some who do. Okay. I can make another controversial statement. This one will really mess you up. Okay. And see, this is now somebody gonna argue about it, but I don't know if I should say it or not. But I'm gonna say it anyway.
Here, you can say it.
What we said. Well, now this is gonna start some trouble. See what? Let me put it this way. We got a lot of things going on subconsciously that we don't even understand ourselves until we confront those things. So I make a statement like that, and then you got to ask yourself, do I like seeing men in charge? Am I willing to step up and take on that responsibility, or do I actually like seeing men in charge? Here's a controversial statement for you. I'm going to hold off, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's some African Americans.
Oh, yeah.
And like seeing white folks in charge of stuff.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Now they may not understand it. It may not even be conscious.
Could be
that Willie Lynch syndrome is deep. That conditioning process we have, this matriarchal society we're in, is deep. The Willie Lynch syndrome is deep. This stuff is not subconscious. We don't even understand a lot of times why we feel the way we feel. How we just go along like zombies and we don't understand until you constantly challenge and think, wait a minute, do I always have to see a white guy in charge? There are folks right now who would not get into a company if they think the company is black owned. There are folks who won't support a black owned company if they think it's black owned. There's got to be some incompetence going on. And they might not even say those conscious things themselves, but it's something in their subconscious that's been implanted there that they have not confronted. Okay? It's like sometimes, hey, you don't see we start talking about this controversial stuff, but I'm not trying to address it. I don't know the answers. Well, I do know the answers. You got to confront it first. Raising the problem. I'm sorry.
You're raising a consciousness. So you're not being controversial. You're raising a consciousness.
You can't correct the problem if you don't know there is a problem. It's like, here's one for you. There are some black guys, all they like is light-skinned women. Why is that?
They probably don't know why.
But they probably never asked them. I've had this conversation with guys. This is 20 years ago. I got some buddies. I played basketball. And they said, I don't date number such and such and stuff. And I go, why? And they'll mumble and stumble. I said, why? And they'll mumble. I said, why? And they'll mumble and stumble. I said, why? I said, see, listen to me, please. I knew this stuff in my 20s. I said, you think you'll make an independent decision. You have not. You've been watching hours and hours of television every single day of your life. Some of the time you were a child, you've been listening to hours and hours of radio, reading hours and hours of magazines. There's stuff in your brain that direct you to do certain things, and you don't even understand why. And until you challenge those thought processes, it's like you ask somebody, ask the average person, why do you go to work in the morning? 9 out of 10 people tell you because everybody else does. What they got to do with it? Just because your neighbor goes to a job, you got to go to one? They just never thought about it. Or here's one. Ask a person, what's retirement age? And the average person, I mean, I've done this to groups, 100, 200, 400 people in the room, and everybody starts shouting out numbers, 65, 70. Well, they bumped into 60, they bumped into 70. And I go, retirement doesn't have anything at all to do with age. It has everything in the world to do with money. Mm-hmm. And the room gets quiet because they never thought to challenge these thoughts that have been implanted in our brain from the time we were growing up. Okay. And so I'm here sometimes to provoke thought, not to create issues, but to provoke thought. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so getting back to your original statement, Ms. Abram, yes, I know there are women who say, I got this. I take control. I run this whole show. And there are some who say, I like the fact the CEO is a man. Okay. Hey, look, they say right now, let's get real. Want to talk politics for 1 minute? Okay. What made 50% of women in America vote for this guy who's documented as an absolute misogynist in every way? In the story. Okay. In the story. See, so we can spend an hour on that. Mm-hmm. So there's some things going on. That's why when you're building your networking business, you got to understand you're dealing with all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. But that's why you can't, unless you want to spend couch time with hundreds of people trying to teach things, you can't do it. You got to give them a CD, give them a tape. If they're ready to get on the team and start, wait a minute, psychoanalyze themselves. Mm-hmm. That's what personal growth is all about. It's about, I'm not the best listener in the world. I'm talking about me now. Still, 34 years later, I'm still working on that. That's just truth. I'm not the most organized person in the world. 34 years later, still working on that. Okay. But there's some things I've conquered, like Krispy Kreme donuts. Yeah. But there's a whole lot of other things that I haven't conquered. Hey, look, I conquered cigarettes. I conquered cigarettes 40 years ago. I mean, but see, we all got different things we got to deal with.
I'm still working on oatmeal raisin cookies from Whole
Foods. Oatmeal raisins are good.
Well, you know what, Mr.
Yes, they are.
And I want to, because we're going to start wrapping it up. Now, I know this is record time. However, one of the things that you told us, a real woman who wants to take the lead has to take the mic. And in network marketing, and not just network marketing, because some of them, they're male dominated.
Yes,
but what I wanted to tie this around to is Wealth Builders Worldwide. At Wealth Builders Worldwide, women are embraced. And I want to put that, see, this is Facebook. Ladies, if you're looking for an environment, because wait a minute, I love taking the mic. I love running a team. I love being a leader or an upline sponsor. We nurture that in women here. So with Mr. Ty Best and his wonderful wife, Valerie, we have that leadership. We have that mentorship.
Absolutely.
So that you can grow as a woman, you can grow as a leader, and they're going to make you feel good about it. We have 3 women moderators on a 6-day call. Mm-hmm. Those are some great odds.
Yeah.
During the evening time for our nighttime presentations, we have me on Tuesday night and Ty Best on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. So gender is not a factor. And you can get advice, because trust me, I get advice from Ty Best And then I get advice from Valerie Best. You know, Maxine and I talk. We have it doesn't matter. It goes both ways because you're going to get a different experience or a different, I'm losing my words on that. You're going to get,
I want to say viewpoint.
Viewpoint.
I want to say
a different viewpoint.
You're going to get
Right.
a different viewpoint.
I would say viewpoint.
You know, I say that Miss Maxine knows, because see, Miss Abram played me and Valerie in a moment. She'll call and ask me something, then she'll call us back the same question.
I know she does.
So I know exactly what she was saying. Viewpoint. Okay. And look, and most of the time, Val on the same page, but we see things a little differently.
Yes.
As
Okay.
it should
how we
be.
should respond to it, or how we should react to it, how we should handle the situation. But I want to say one other thing to what you said. Leadership, I heard this a long time. Leadership is taken, not given. But there's a void in leadership. We're all looking for leaders. We're looking for people who step up and say, let me have a microphone. Can I host? Can I do this? Can I assist this way? Can I not? Now, watch this. But you gotta earn it. You can't walk into the business on day one and say, I want to host a call. Well, you don't know what we're talking about. Okay? Learn the music first. Get in step with us. Learn how we march. Learn how we dance. You know, get in step, full step, whatever that thing we do at the parties that I don't do. You know,
the line
dancing.
Yeah, the line dance. What do we call it?
Well, there's
not the hustle. I mean, it's so many of them.
Like the hustle, whatever that.
Yeah.
You know, we get there, we all do that. We turn the part out, and everybody start doing the same dance.
Yeah.
It's not what we're doing. You know, get in line. But don't come in day one say, I got this. No. You need to find out what we're doing. Learn the music. Learn the tone. Learn the energy. Learn some things, and then say, man, I'm ready to go. Can I host a call? Can I do this? Here's my audio message. You know, get it. Become a part of the team first. It's in order to become a good leader, you first must be a good follower. You must follow, then you lead. You don't jump in leading, okay? And you don't even know what you're doing. That's one of the challenges of this business is, on the surface, networking seems so simple. It's like, hey, tell a few people make a bunch of money. Well, yeah, but it's a little bit more involved than that. Okay? And so you got well-meaning people come in, smart, intelligent, and they come and say, I got this thing, man. I got this thing. And they look, and 1 month later, they're gone. Why? Because they never took time to study and learn the business. Why has there been 1,000 books written about this business? Because this business is a little more complicated than you think. And why is it complicated? Because it's a people business. And people are complicated. So leadership is taken, not necessarily given. But in order to become a good leader, you first must become what I say, a decent follower. I say I followed for a long time. I got in this business. I had some ideas, man. The first day, look, and some of my ideas I had the first week I got in the business, the company started using 2-3 years later. So the idea wasn't flawed, but they had a way of doing things that had proven to work. And, you know, that's where they want to stay with what they were doing. Okay. Now, what I try to do is I said, okay, wait a minute. This power call thing. This is not going to be a good idea. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm always trying to push that envelope a little bit. All this technology, the same thing as Facebook Live. I mean, Mr. Delco talked about that for 3-4 months. But we love this thing. We look up and by tomorrow, 4,000-5,000 people have seen this thing. We could duplicate that 10 years ago if we tried. See, so anyway.
Well, Mr. Best, this has been a privilege and an honor.
Absolutely.
To just give some insights, because I tell you, you're able to go back 30 years and give us some insights. You know, you're a man with experience versus a man with a theory. And that's what makes it so wonderful. And I'm just going to say this one point, and then this is the honest to God truth. Sometimes when I do call Mr. Best and it ain't quite what I want to hear, and he's always telling me a story behind it. And then I call Valerie Best. The interesting thing is they end up telling me the same story that they experienced over the years. Her intake may be, her advice may be just a tad bit different, but the lesson learned story is always the exact same one. Now that's what was interesting, which let you know they went through this journey together. And I think that's what's, and see me, I'm not married, but what I love about it is my adult son. He's taken this journey with me, and we're developing life stories that he's able to tell and will be able to tell as well. And I think that's a great segue. Mr. Best, do you have any closing comments?
Mine is, like I said, I've never built a business by myself. From the day I came home, and told Valerie, you got to see this thing. And she went to a meeting with me, and she had 100+ degree temperature and sat through that entire meeting. And we've been fighting together ever since. And we've had fights about it and loud noises about it and screaming matches about it. Don't think it's all been like smooth, okay? Because, you know, Val's a strong-willed person. She want to do it her way. I want to do it my way. And we go back and forth and that kind of thing. So, but the bottom line is we have always done this stuff together. We've experienced all these things together. And one of the things that keep me grounded, especially keep me from being such a male-dominated kind of personality, because I can be, is because we've been together 41 years. I mean, like forever.
Yeah.
Okay. And believe me, there's no secrets here. If she got something to tell me, she's gonna tell me, no, you were wrong in that. You shouldn't have said that, or you have that all wrong. Okay. So I can't walk around and get a big head and get macho about anything around here because I got her. And then if I think I'm off balance, I got Alex sitting right there in the middle as a moderator. Okay. And most of the time, he's going to take his mama's side. I think she slashed some cash on the side. I think she paid him, you know, because he always agreed with her. He always agreed. Most of the time, before we even start a conversation, hey, Sheila, he'll say, Dad, let's don't go with this. Mom's right. I got to go do something. I said, I haven't told you what the situation is yet. He said, don't matter. You wrong, Dad. I know you're wrong. Your mom's right. I got to go.
You already lost.
Right. I think she paying him. Anyway, and thank you guys for having me. Great call. Appreciate it. I hope folks got something out of it. And I hope it gives people a bigger vision for where we're going, what you got your hands on. And if I can say anything, like I always say, don't let anybody steal your dream. I wish I could make this easier for you. My goal is to make it easier and fast as I possibly can for you. But everybody got to walk their own journey, and everybody's going to have their own challenges. In doing this, everyone, man, woman, young, old, we all going to have our own challenges in building this business. But I'm going to tell you, when you get to the other side of those challenges and you find yourself at 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month, you're going to look back over and say, oh, this was a joke. It was a walk in the park. It was a day in the beach. But when you're going through it, it may seem rough. But when you look back over it, you're going to smile and say, you're so glad you did it. That's all I got to say. So thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Best. Miss Maxine Jones, can you close us out?
I'm going to close you out, but I just have to tell you this. When I call Mr. Best, I call to hear his stories because he doesn't know it, but he actually is mentoring me through his stories. I just love to call and chat with him, and he just tells me so he could be in Walmart, whatever, but I learn through the stories that he shares with me all the time. Sheila mentors me as far as, you know, day-to-day things like that, but you are mentoring me through your stories, sir, and it is just marvelous. Well, I have the privilege to announce our next week's guests, who are very, very special and dear to us, and topic. So I'm really excited to say that our next week's guest will be Dr. Patrice Gordon and Lady Lisa Gordon, and they will be discussing business partners and husbands and wives in network marketing. I can't wait. I really can't wait. So Facebook friends and families, you got to tune in. It's just going to keep getting better and better and better. So this is Can We Chat Here? And we've had Mr. Ty Best tonight, and it's just been phenomenal. So we thank you so much for always supporting us and tuning in, and we just love you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Best. Everybody have a wonderful evening.